Me when my ex-wife asked if I'd remembered to get milk on the way home from work like she asked. Me leaving the airplane toilet when the person before me stank it out and I know the next person will think that was me. And this was the lookout on the Titanic when he saw the iceberg. Hello folks and welcome back to the show. So welcome back to the carousel of smell. I'm going to continue with the vintage theme that I did in the last video. That video was about my top 5 at the moment, and I was kind of saying in the comments you can get all of those online if you shop around. This video is about 5 that you will struggle to find. They are holy grails. Before we do that, please don't forget, my recommended USA-based fragrance sampling site is the Fragrance Decant Boutique. That's decantboutique.com. Go there and use the code MrSmelly10 for 10% off a huge array of fragrances. My recommended UK-based fragrance sampling site is fragrancesamplesuk.com, and there your code is SMELLY10 for 10% off a massive range of fragrances, both highly recommended and linked in the description of this video by me. Okay, so some real vintage holy grails in my collection, ones that you really don't find very often easily on eBay. And I'm going to kick off with one that very, very few other people ever mention, and this is Jourdan, Homme, an obscure French brand from, I think they're defunct now as a fashion brand. And this one was a 1980-something release. I actually forget the exact year. I found it actually in Slovenia, a small country which was once part of Yugoslavia, the ill-fated republic there. This is an eau de toilette here, and it's a beautiful aromatic fougere. I'm privileged enough to have things like Patou pour Homme, another classic fougere from a similar era. I've got to be honest, to my humble nose, it's every bit as good as the amazing and much more expensive Patou pour Homme. This one doesn't have the hype. I picked it up really cheaply, and it's absolutely beautiful. Just a 30ml size, a note listing with everything but the kitchen sink. I just sprayed it on here weeks ago, and it's still got a little bit of the smell on the lid there. Really just potent oak moss, tonka bean, a little bit of that liquishy kind of thing that you get in things like Rive Gauche pour Homme from 2003 from Yves Saint Laurent, and it's also Azzaro pour Homme. This is rich, pungent. Has it aged a bit in the bottle? Possibly, but it's done so in a good way, like a fine burgundy. So if you love your classic fougères, and you're lucky enough to stumble across Charles Jourdan, Homme, go for it, guys. I really recommend it. Next up, really rare to see or hear about this one. This is Boss Spirit from 1989, and thank you to the great Chris from Scentland, the Scentland channel, who first drew my attention to this one. So hard to find this. Chris of the Scentland channel described this one as the similar to the smell of 80s sunshine bottled, and I like that. That might make you think it's really fresh and citrusy, but it's not. It's rich, it's woody, it has this masculine aura to it, and it does have a somewhat bright, breezy, optimistic air, and it's really, really good. One of the weird notes in the listing is truffle. I don't pick up on that at all. It's woody, it's herbal. There's some citrus in there, but it's not citrusy overwhelmingly. I don't think it's an aromatic fougere. It might be. I don't know how to categorize it. I'm just going to go with his definition. It's a splash bottle there. The smell of 80s sunshine bottled. Really hard to find, and people are kind of aware that it's rare, so it will be a lot of money. But I'm really privileged to have that one in my collection. Let me know if you've tried that one in the comments down below. Don't forget, we have some amazing offers at Norton & Wilson. The multi-fragrance deals are really good at the moment, so you can get Gravitas pour Homme and Gravitas Essentia, both for an incredible $150. If you also get Chypre Fulminare added to that, it's just $200, amazing. And we have a really cracking deal for Arezzo. You get Arezzo plus Gravitas pour Homme or Arezzo plus Gravitas Essentia for a stunning price. There's even other deals too involving Bon Viveur. So the multi-fragrance deals are where it's at right now with nortonandwilson.com. Next up, we're going to go, hats off again to Scentland for this one. Versace Verses 1991, different thing here. This is kind of fresh. It's got this kind of tonka thing, and almost like a blueberry stroke juniper berry kind of semi-fruity hint of sweetness in this one. It's really, really interesting, really amazing. Again, I do struggle to categorise it. It certainly has a healthy hit of lavender, but again, it's not overwhelmingly a barbershop or anything. It was sort of going in a slightly more experimental direction. I think it did so with great success, perhaps not commercial success though, because it didn't seem to hang around on the shelves very long. But if you do manage to find a bottle for a good price, I really recommend it. The wonderful Verses from Versace. There was a ladies' version too. Next up, we've got Michel Almarak's early 2000s masterpiece. And this is, of course, the original Gucci Pour Homme. Although I think there was a 1970s version of the same name. Okay, this is Gucci Pour Homme, 2002 release. Michel Almarak is the perfumer. Wonderful, rich wood centric fragrance. It's very woody. It has this almost kind of pencil shaving thing. There's citrus in there, and it's really just got a beautiful masculine but new kind of a nouveau masculine kind of aura, a classic feel without copying old fragrances from the 70s or 80s. And of course it was Tom Ford, the creative director at Gucci, when they released this one. Absolutely fantastic fragrance. If you can pick it up, one of the best fresh, woody, slightly spicy fragrances that you can find out there. Absolute classic aura, but think classic circa 2002 rather than 1982. If that makes any kind of sense. Amazing stuff. If you can't find this, Gucci Absolute. No, it's not Gucci. Bentley for Men Absolute. Same perfumer, similar vibe, really affordable. Very similar, actually, because I own both. And finally, the pièce de résistance of the video, if you are lucky enough to find Jules from Dior in the old packaging. There's a few different iterations. I've got the reissue, which is great. Even that's kind of hard to get now. It's a 2016 release. This was their equivalent to things which were coming out around that time. You had, a year later, we had Antaeus from Chanel, and we had Coros from Yves Saint Laurent. This was a 1980 release, so these guys were first. It is green, it is masculine, it is musky, it's slightly animalic, but leaning more so than Coros and Antaeus towards a sort of citrus soapiness as well, and a green freshness, and a joie de vivre that perhaps only the house of Dior can bring us. The modern reissue is great, but if you get this, you'll get a bit of that Coros-esque hair on your chest type of thing, and a real magic. I've just got a little bit left in that splash bottle. So Jules from Dior, absolutely classic. Let me know what you thought about that, guys. I will steer away from a vintage video next time, I promise, but give me your thoughts. Remember, whatever we're doing in life, let's project, and although sometimes life can stink, at least we can always smell good, right? Bye-bye. And I'll just leave you with this lovely clip from our great friend Lanier Smith, a wonderful video called Modern Scents to Perfume Ancient Rome. And this is his beautiful description of Arezzo from Norton & Wilson. Thank you very much, Lanier.
Next one is brand new. I haven't had a chance to review it yet, but it is a gorgeous fragrance. It's also from Norton & Wilson, and it has these incredible notes of spices and orris and plum and labdanum, a little tobacco, incense again, and ambergris. And this fragrance is Arezzo. And Arezzo is a town in Tuscany, very near the town of Cortona, which I have a couple of videos on that you can see here on my channel. But this really is a gorgeous fragrance that really has a feeling of both classical Italy and modern Italy, and definitely a fragrance with all of those incredible notes. And I love the plum in it that blends beautifully with the spices and the incense. It's a gorgeous fragrance, and can't wait to bring a review of this one, a full review of this one for you. It is absolutely stunning. All the Norton & Wilsons, I can't really choose a favorite because they're all so wonderful, but we'll get into that later. Anyway, this is a great fragrance that certainly would fit beautifully into a Roman experience, a banquet, or maybe even a day at the races.